Let me tell you a story about the little game that could. In 2010, this game was released in Japan. 2011, this game was localized in English, but it only headed for a European release, aka it was in English, but it was in Europe only. So, the fans got together, they made a little Operation Rainfall, and they managed to get those 3 games over to us in 2012. 2012, this game releases, and it is hailed as one of the modern classic JRPGs. But only so very few people knew about it because it was so hard to find. 2014. A little known Let's Player, a little independent Let's Player, you may have heard of him before, Let's Plays this game and manages to captivate me so much with its world and characters that I decided to pick it up for myself and then play it. And while I was playing it, in the very same year, the main character of this game gets introduced into some crazy fighting game. It's very little independent, fighting game called Super Smash Bros. And thus, the little game that could became, more well known. Then the ball started rolling. 2015, Xenoblade X. 2017, an actual legitimate sequel and or successor or whatever, along with DLC the very next year. Then, that very same next year, the main character from this game returns in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and 3 years later gets joined by Xenoblade 2's protagonists. Like, oh my god, this is actually a thing now. And then, this year, we have an actual 3rd game coming out. But 2 years earlier, we got this lovely, lovely gift. A gift that I honestly never knew I needed, but considering the world was on fire in May 2020, I really think I needed it. This is, without a doubt, the best definitive edition of any video game I've ever played. I may have a bias because Xenoblade Chronicles is my favorite video game of all time, but I don't care. I'm fully ready to enjoy my favorite video game one more time with you. If it's not The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask that's my favorite video game of all time, this is. And this definitive version of my Let's Play is going to cover absolutely everything. It's going to be a daunting task, I know, but it's a task I'm willing to take on. So, let's do it. Let's start Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. As soon as I totally claimed the Xenoblade 2 player bonus. As a special bonus for having played Xenoblade Chronicles 2, you can start with the game with 100,000 G. You cannot collect this bonus again after starting. Duh!
Long ago, the world was nothing more than an endless sea, cloaked in a boundless sky, reaching as far as could possibly be imagined. Then 2 great titans came into existence. The Bionis and the Mechonis. The Titans were locked in a timeless battle. Until at last, only their lifeless corpses remained. Eons have passed. Now, Our world, this vast land stretching across the remains of the Bionis, is under attack from a relentless force known as the Mechon.
Retreat! Retreat! Get away from me! Retreat! No, retreat! The Mecon's unknown! No! No!
They're advancing down our weak right flank. For a bunch of soulless machines, they seem to know a thing or two. But we'll see.
Man, we've been given the order to retreat. We're pulling back the line to Colony 6. That's where we'll set up the last line of defense.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Any more time spent hanging around here, and we're done for.
Count me in. We gotta get out of here.
Or we can stay and fight.
What?
We may die if we take a stand here, but staying gives us the chance to change our destinies. We have the Monado. With this, the future is ours for the taking.
Stupid beast. Your body can't take any more of the Monado. I can tell by just looking at you.
Getting short-sighted in your old age, Dixon. I'm fine. Don't worry, I'm still in control.
I should have known I couldn't talk sense into a beast. Let's do this. I'm going with you. You'll need someone to drag your corpse on.
As long as you think you've still got the strength in you, old man.
Oi, you two! We've been ordered to pull back! I'm leaving!
Well, I say you're coming with us. What would we do without those?
The enemy's second wave! It's approaching!
It's now or never, Dunban. Let's show them what we've got. We'll give them a warm Hom's welcome.
Acknowledged.
Yeah! Ha! What are they trying to prove? I'm not throwing my life away. No point dying in some godforsaken field. Nothing for it. I'll have to use Dunban as a decoy. That should give me time to escape.
Okay. Battle introduction number 1. Press LRR to target a monster. You pretty much know who you are, and they pretty much know what they are. Target an enemy to display the battle palette, which is basically your menu. Select the fight icon and press A to start the battle. And here we go. You press the attack thing on the thing, and then there you go. You approach the target to auto attack. If you are too far from a monster, you can't attack it. Now, the guy we're playing as, Dunban, he is unique in that, well, by auto attacking, you start to activate those little arts around your battle palette thing. Select arts with the D-pad left and right and press A to confirm. You cannot use an art in the following circumstances. You're out of range or the conditions are not met in this blah blah blah. They're not used to it yet. You basically charge up your 2 arts, Monado Enchant and Monado Buster, with auto attacks, basically. And first order of business is to enchant, because Monado Enchant gives our allies the ability to hurt Mechon, because otherwise they won't be able to do so. And by using Monado Buster, you can use that to deal increased damage to Mechon, which is great and cool. We got 2 more, so let's do that. And can I just say, right here and right now, this introductory sequence is really cool. It's really cool. Like, they gave it a big upgrade in Definitive Edition. Like, a really big upgrade. Like, I love how it's during, like, the daytime, too, rather than just, like, a nighttime thing or whatever. It's so good. It's so good. Really gives that HD feeling. And if you're very familiar with this song in the original game, then you'll notice that it's remixed. Most, if not every single song, except for those in cutscenes, are remixed. So, that's already amazing. Alright, so we got this M82 unit to deal with here, so let's charge it up. And when it's at low enough health, we can finish off with the Monado Buster, because the Monado is just the craziest sword ever.
You gotta be kidding!
It's their main force. Looks like the Mechon are hell-bent on taking us out.
They'll have to be if they want to beat us. Now, let's even the odds a bit.
You heard him.
Dixon, Munka, let's do this.
Dumban! I ain't going down that easily. Dumban! You alright?
What does it look like? I'm still good to go.
Guess even a hero's gotta reach his limit eventually.
Munka, what are you doing? That way is...
Sorry, brothers. Hate to drop this on you, but it's the Monado they're after. So have fun keeping them occupied for me. I'm getting the hell out of here.
Mumka, you dirty...
Now, don't worry. I'll organize your funerals. Well, see you, boys.
Wait! Huh? If this is a joke, it ain't funny. Looks like this is it. At least we know our luck can't get any worse from here. Dumban?
Dixon, take care of the survivors.
Dumban, what are you playing at?
Those idiots. I'll just come and get the Monado when everything's quieted down a bit. That thing's gonna be mine! Oh no, please! No!
Vile Mechon. If you think the Homs, the people of Bionis, are just waiting here for you to pick us off, you are sorely mistaken.
A Mechon M71? I bet I can use its optical system to align one of the anti-air batteries. Ah, no good. It's broken. The joint section. It's buckled. It's completely useless. Ugh. Huh? An M69! Its armor would be perfect for making a shield. If I can just get it off, I should be able to... Shulk! Ryan! It's not a Mechon. It's just a Crabble. It was using the Mechon armor as a shell.
I'll lure it away and topple it. When it's down, use your arts to finish it off.
At the Mechon wreckage site, it is now 1 year later. HP gauge, of course you know what that is. Select an art with blah blah blah, we already know that. With Shulk here, who is totally from Super Smash Bros. He got his own game, guys, can you believe it? Use Shulk's backslash to deal damage. That's one of his arts. You restore HP with light heal. There are no healing items in this game, you can only use healing arts in this game. Select who will be healed with the D-pad, of course. And, well, same verse as the first battle, of course. We simply damage it. You cannot use the same art repeatedly. Once you use an art, a cooldown timer will begin. And once it's finished, you can use the art again. So you can't just keep on spamming arts left and right. You have to wait for a cooldown timer. And because I dealt damage from the back, I got even more damage. Using talent arts. Each character has a special art called a talent art, which is the big art in the middle of the battle palette. Select the talent art icon and press A to use it. To use talent arts, the talent gauge must be full. The gauge fills up every time an auto attack hit connects. So basically, just keep on auto attacking until you can use Shulk's talent art, which is Turn Strike. And defeated enemies will drop treasure chests. Press A to open it and take the loot. Which there are 3 different types of chests. What we got is a bronze chest, the most common. You get a silver chest, which contains even more valuable items. And then there's the much sought after gold chest, which contains even more valuable items than that. So that is cool. Barrier battles. These are going to be quite common. The green ring stops you from escaping. Defeat the monster to make the ring disappear. Of course, this is only for mandatory story battles, of course. And because this is part of the story, well, there you go. Alright, so let's do it. Let's kill these caterpies again. Be aware of aggro during battle. Aggro is the measure of a monster's feelings of animosity towards each party member. The more damage that a monster takes from a party member, the greater the aggro towards that member. If a member of the party becomes the target of a monster's wrath, an aggro ring will appear around them. So basically, if a monster is targeting you, then the ring will appear around the character that you're controlling, whether it be Shulk or Ryan. Make the most of chance arts. Now, this is something that wasn't a thing in the original. Shulk's backslash deals more damage if he attacks from behind the monster. This is called an arts bonus effect. When you're in a position to gain an arts bonus effect, it will be helpfully highlighted for you as a chance art. That little exclamation point around a chance art, that wasn't in the original version of Xenoblade Chronicles, so be very thankful that the UI has been cleaned up so that you can understand it better. Use the aggro rings to help find the best position. When an aggro ring appears around Ryan because he's in charge of gaining the most aggro, Shulk has the chance to use backslash from the rear. If successful and the bonus ring condition is met, the damage value will be displayed with a pure. And look at that, backstabber. There are achievements in this game. Yes, believe you me, there are achievements. Wow, do we really have one enemy left? All right, cool. Let's finish it off then.
Thanks, Ryan. That was a close one.
Man, what were you doing wandering off by yourself? Stay where I can keep an eye on you. It's pretty dangerous outside of the colony. There are all kinds of monsters.
Yeah. But thanks to you, we got its shell. Everyone in the colony is going to be really happy.
I'm more worried about you than the shell. Oh, whatever. Knowing what you're like, at least you'll make a decent weapon out of it. This scrap driver's excellent.
I just learned by watching Dixon make weapons.
Of course, Dunban's weapon still beats them all.
The Monado. I hope I can figure out the secret of his power one day.
You will, Shulk. Anyway, we better get back to the colony. If I'm late for drills again, old Square Tash is gonna kill me.
Square Tash? Oh, the Defense Force Colonel. He's pretty scary.
Tell me about it.
Sorry, I didn't mean for you to come all the way out here during your break.
Don't worry about it. Let's get back.
And bada bing, bada boom! There it goes. Follow the dotted path to advance the story. I believe this wasn't a thing in the original version, I'm not entirely sure. But the path to the next main story objective is displayed on a minimap. You can switch the minimap to full screen mode by pressing the left stick. Checking the story memo. This is a thing that I believe is ripped straight from Xenoblade Chronicles 2, where you can press ZR to display the guidance panel at the bottom right of the screen, allowing you to check the story memo. And you can press it again to close it. And of course, you know the camera controls. Press plus to open the system menu where you can save your progress. You can't save during battles and story events, however you can save in 95% of other situations. This game now has an autosave function, and don't worry, there is a special autosave file on the save file screen thing. The game will automatically save at certain points, but make sure your most recent progress is not lost. Regularly saving manually is recommended. So there you go. While the game is automatically saving, the autosaving thing will be on the screen and blah 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 blah. Now here's the most helpful part, or the most helpful part of them all. You can review tutorials at any time. Further tutorials are added as you play the game. And whenever you see the indication of a tutorial added, you can check it with the minus button at any time while the notification is up. And of course the event theater is up, of course. And this will allow you to view cutscenes at will. And along with different, times of day, depending on the cutscene, of course. So already this is a pretty cool definitive edition with a ton of features plucked straight from Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Yeah, and speaking of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, yeah, the story memo is one of them. I believe, well, I don't think the auto run is a thing from the Xenoblade 2. But most definitely, the camera controls are definitely Xenoblade 2 because you can off-center it just like this and then blah, 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 blah. And of course, the big thing is the graphic style. The graphic style is ripped straight out of Xenoblade 2. Well, not really ripped straight out of Xenoblade 2 because the characters don't look as anime as heck. They look just like the originals, just in HD, and I really, really appreciate that. Like, you can look at Shulk right here, and he basically looks more or less like an HD version of Shulk would be like. It's just that the actual environments are using Xenoblade Chronicles 2's engine. So that's a big relief right there. That's a big relief right there that this game looks really pretty. Or rather, this definitive edition looks pretty as heck. Even though the resolution is only 720p, honestly, it just looks better on a TV. It really does, because YouTube compression ain't nobody's fool. So, I'm not doing anything in this fight. I'm not going to do anything. Because this is another function of the of Xenoblade that you ought to know about. It's okay, Ryan, you got this. You got this, buddy. I believe in you. I believe in you. I hope I believe in you. I'm probably not gonna get that thing. Oh my god. Am I really not? Okay, you know what? Fine. Jesus. Oh my god, I was about to get an achievement, but no, apparently not. Ryan had to not be the thing. Okay, maybe this time. Second time's the charm.
That was too easy. Good thing I'm here.
Never mind. I'll just wait until later. I'll just wait until later about that. Now, another thing that I should probably mention about Xenoblade Definitive Edition is, well, the music. Again, as I've said, most, if not, well, basically the cutscene music is basically just like it was on the Wii. However, most of the area themes and battle themes are completely rearranged. But if that's not your thing, don't you worry about a thing, because you can just stick with the original songs if you want to. Which I think it's a really, really nice option. Like, being able to toggle the music whenever you want is actually pretty nice, and I really appreciate that. I really do. Now for the other best thing about Xenoblade. Collectibles. The latest additions to your collection are registered in the Collectopedia. Fill in a row or collect all the items in an area to receive an award. Access the Collectopedia from the menu now. Now, as for the music, we're going to stick with the arranged music because this is Definitive Edition after all. We're going to stick with the definitive songs. And there you go, right there. Now, I want you to look at this. Look at this. I want all of you to look at it. Because if you haven't seen Xenoblade before, you definitely have now, given the fact that, well, Shulk's introduction into Super Smash Bros. Basically gave you the gateway to see this game in its heyday. But now with the power of the Nintendo Switch on our side, it has never, ever been easier to gain access to Xenoblade. And you can see everything out in the distance. Just like everything. Everything and everything is your oyster. And I'm going to constantly remind everybody that this is only the first area of many. So without any further ado, I introduce you to our home, Colony 9.
Here we are. I better stop in at HQ. You off to the weapon development lab?
Yeah, when I've sold any parts I can't use.
All right. See you later.
With Brian out of the party, Shulk's on his own. Whenever you see this screen, you can always have the option to go to the main menu. Keep this in mind for certain boss fights coming up later down the road. Visiting the shops. Every shopkeeper has a shop icon above their head. Selling loot. Make money by defeating monsters and selling your loot at the shop. Now for half of Xenoblade. Accepting quests. Press A to talk to anyone with an exclamation mark above their head. Complete the quests they give to receive money, experience, or items. Money, experience, and items. So, this game heavily encourages that you complete as many quests as possible so that you can be as strong as possible for what's up ahead. You can press Y to trade with named individuals. Some of them will gladly take an item you don't need in exchange for a rare item. Enjoy quests and trading alongside the story. The story will progress even if you don't do any trading or complete any quests. However, using these features may give you an advantage in the game.
I can feel the power.
But the other thing that's actually really good about Xenoblade is the fact that not only does the game encourage you to freaking do as many quests as possible, but they also encourage you to explore as much as possible. Trading items. Select the item that you want. Each items are exchanged 1 for 1. Choose the item you want from among those offered from the person you are talking to. You can only trade if you hand over an item that is worth more money than the one that you want to take. Select an item you don't mind parting with and agree to trade. Hand over a really valuable item and you get some kind of bonus, which is called overtrading. But anyway, yeah. Oh god, too many tutorials. Affinity Chart. Review relationships with the Affinity Chart. We'll be looking into this a little bit later. Talking to named residents of an area or town will register them on the Affinity Chart, which shows the relationships between party members and the residents. And look at that, our first friend. There it is. So that is an achievement. So achievements are little things that help you out with gaining experience. And as you can see, there are 150 achievements under records, and those called trials. So, yeah, we're going to be on the lookout for those. We're definitely going to be on the lookout for those. And as you can plainly see, we already have a lot of stuff to do. Be on the lookout for these, by the way. Red Item Orbs. Because they're going to be very helpful for certain quests. On the minimap, you can see that named individuals are dotted with a green dot rather than a red dot like unnamed NPCs. And the best way to get everything in the Affinity Chart is to either talk with them or trade with them. I'm choosing to trade with them because that will automatically register them to the Affinity Chart right away. So there you go. There you go. It's important to talk to as many of the named NPCs as possible because by talking to them, you'll be able to trigger quests given out by named individuals. So that's a thing that you want to look out for. Now, let's see. Isn't there a... Yes, right here. So if you see an exclamation point above a name called blah, blah, blah resident,
Good day.
they usually give out some sort of quest that's basically generic. So you have yourself Collection Quest 1 or something like that. View quests in the quest log. That's the tutorial. That's basically the tutorial right there. Just view the quests in the quest log. Yeah, that's the one. We're going to do all of them. I'm not joking. We're going to do all of them. Every single side quest in Xenoblade Chronicles, we're going to do. That's all the generic quests and also all the quests given out by named NPCs. So it's definitely in your best interest to get all of them. So here we have Search Quest 3. Now, something about generic quests that you should probably know. This is something that you should probably know about generic quests. There are a few types of them. They come in few types. Collection quests, search quests. Well, mainly these are basically just fetch quests, but better in every single way possible. Is there something over there? No. And then there's monster quests. Monster quests are given out by this young gentleman right here. So the important thing here is to talk to them as many times as possible because monster quests come in multiple parts. So they can be part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. All that good fun stuff. And yep, there's a part 4 to this. It's important for you to get as many of these generic quests as possible because some of these you can actually just complete without even trying. Like, I'm not joking. Like, They can be done. Oh yeah, and also material quests where you have to gather up materials too, by either collecting, you know, collectibles out in the overworld or getting them from enemy drops. If you're having trouble finding a certain NPC, look it up on the internet. Otherwise, Xenoblade runs on a time system. Certain NPCs will be available during the daytime. Certain NPCs will be available in the nighttime. So be on the lookout for them. We're just going to speed through these because I really want to just get all the named NPCs.
What is it?
Now, about the named NPCs, we're going to take care of those off screen. We're basically going to take care of the named NPCs on screen. I'm just showing you these named NPCs once so that you can just get an understanding of what they're all about. And again, you want to collect as many of these NPCs as possible in the Affinity Chart because sometimes triggering quests from named NPCs are basically required. Basically, yeah, just talk to named NPCs so that you can trigger certain quests with them. Just do it. Just do it. I'm being freaking serious here. I'm being serious. Like, oh my god. Like, this is the most important thing that you will ever do in Xenoblade Chronicles. The most important thing.
Hello.
Really. Like talking to this dude, Miller.
I need to be even stronger.
And friend number 10, yeah, where even achievements give you experience. Oh, and would you look at that? Look at that. Collection Quest 2. Collect one portion of plate snow. Do we have it? Yes, we do. And yeah, this is where the streamlined things come from. As you can clearly see, Monolith Soft, or as you can clearly see, I'm a nerd who likes to play Xenoblade all the time. Anyway, as you can clearly see, quests are streamlined so much. Like, if you already have the thing that the NPCs are looking for, well, there you go. You already have them. So, there you go. You got it. You got the things right there. And, yeah. They're just automatically done. They're just done. Like, right there. Like, it's a snap. Like, a literal snap. Like, God, it's so easy. Well, not really easy, but, you know, whatever the case. Whatever the case. We're not going to be doing any quests right now, by the way, if you're wondering. Ahem. Anyway, that's basically the last. Actually, no, we're gonna go right here to do that. We're just gonna go right over here and trade with Sesame so that we can just add him to the Affinity Chart, and there you go. Okay, and let's switch it over to daytime. Actually, let's do that. Typically, when you want to find NPCs, switching the time over to 10 a.m. is the most useful way to go. So, there you go, and there you are. Now, we discovered what's called a landmark right here. There are two types of three types of locations in Xenoblade. There are landmarks, locations, and then there's the elusive secret area. Secret areas are, well, secret, in that you basically have to go out of your way to find them. But as for landmarks and locations, you need to... Ooh, we got Collection Quest 4 right out of the gate. Oh my god. Yo! Yo, what it is.
Well?
Here comes Pac-Man. Unfortunately, we don't have Rainbow Zirconias, unfortunately, but whatever. And, ooh, would you look at that? Would you look at this? Would you look at that? There's a big old question mark right there. But before we do that, let's talk to this little dude. Where's my shiny treasure? I get sad if I don't look at it every day. I'd be really happy if you find it for me. If you find it for me. That's found, Mr. Napon, sir. Or ma'am. Whatever you are. But you are very marketable, and I want a plushie out of you. Like, you're, yeah. Yep, I can't, I screwed the line up. Okay, away! Alright. So, be on the lookout for big old question marks on the big old map, because that is your objectives for search quests. These are basically the easiest quests in the entire game, because you can basically find them like absolutely no problem whatsoever, dude. You can really just find them just like that. Just like that? Yes, just like that. Seriously, they're like really easy to really easy to do. Nira, eh? Huh. Wait a minute, hold up a second, little boy. How do you have a freaking katana with you? How? I don't understand. Why? Why? Yeah, no problem. I can just jump over that. This game is very much an open world for a reason. And that very reason is to just jump all over the place, just like that. Since this is a very big game and all, you're probably wondering how the heck do you even go around all over the place? That's where skip traveling comes into play. Skip it. Skip traveling is basically your main method of traveling in this game. It's your main method of traveling by simply pressing the Y button and going over to any landmarks that you discovered. You can only skip travel to landmarks, not locations. So if you ever find a landmark, then that's how you know you've found a skip travel point. And I just gotta say, one location in this very game I very much wish was a skip travel point, but no. No, apparently not. They just couldn't fix that one problem, could they? But, you know, it is what it is. I'm not really too fussy over it. I'm not really too jazzed about it. It's fine. It doesn't bother me, except it completely and utterly bothers me. All right. So, I'm just going to basically speed through the rest of these gatherings of the generic quest variety. Or rather, wait, hold on a second. Are there any others aside from the named NPCs? Because I'm pretty sure I got all of them from this side. I'm pretty sure I did. I can check this NPC really quick. Yeah, that's a named one. All right. So I pretty much got them all on this side, though. I pretty much got them all on that side. Absolutely no problem. So without any further ado, we've already seen what some quests can do. We already seen what, you know, how this game operates. Let's head over to here. Let's head over to here where we can discover landmarks, because obviously we've already seen this thing before. You already know what a landmark is. It's a skip travel point. So there you go.
You idiot! What the hell are you playing at?
Uh-oh. The Colonel's gonna explode.
Crashing the mobile artillery into a house. How long have you been in the Force?
Sorry, sir. It's just that we were trying to go as fast as we could, like you ordered.
But it's impossible to get back to the military district in only 40 seconds.
I don't want any excuses. Champions don't whine, they win.
Yes, sir.
You're a disgrace to the uniform. Are you forgetting the shame you brought on this force during joint maneuvers with Colony 6? Stick your back into it, maggots! Move it!
Yes, sir.
Get the artillery back to the military district, double time! Then I want 1,000,000 press-ups from both of you, and you better not stop until your biceps explode!
Colonel, we can't move the artillery.
What? You better give a damn good reason why.
Sir, the impact of the crash damaged the ether conduction cable. The ether fuel proceeded to leak out, and now the cylinder is empty.
Well, change the cylinder then! Can't you even do something as simple as that?
The auxiliary cylinders have all been used up. It'll be 3 days until more come in, sir.
I told you to keep a stock of fuel in reserve!
Sorry, sir.
You're nothing but slackers!
Same old Colonel. At this rate, the men will all be dead before they see any action.
Here's something about Xenoblade Definitive Edition that I don't think is appreciated enough. So, a picture on screen right now is a scene from that very same thing, that very same scene before it cut to the actual gameplay. Notice how Shulk is completely neutral-faced. In fact, whenever the game uses in-game models and in-game models and in-game animations like Shulk running here, Shulk walking here, and, his idle animations. I don't think Definitive Edition even needed this, and this took me completely by surprise. But Definitive Edition actually added in facial expressions for the, hi Ryan, how you doing? They actually added in facial expressions for the in-game models when they were completely neutral-faced, no matter how good the voice actors were in, the original. I don't know how they managed to do it, but they made these cutscenes even more alive than they ever did on the Wii. I really don't know how they managed to do it, but they did, and it's extremely, extremely appreciated. Like, I was even discussing this with a friend of mine who was playing Definitive Edition alongside with me. And, because we're both big fans of the original Xenoblade. We were both like absolutely amazed at how, yeah, we were both absolutely amazed of how simple facial expressions were added. Like, Shulk looking worried about, those two soldiers, like, being dead before they saw any action. And, some other things that will definitely show up later on. But, holy crap, dude. Like, I know I'm going on and on and on about the facial expressions, but they didn't really need to do that, but they did. And it's so good. Definitive Edition really changed up a lot about how you see the original game. If you're a veteran of the Wii version like I am, or if you're a veteran of the new 3DS version, if you ever had that.
Yes.
Hey, how you doing, Waluigi? Put your backs into it! Get a move on, you maggots!
Yes.
And what about you? Yeah, you just say the same thing. Okay.
Hello.
I'll be more careful next time, Colonel. Or Colonel. I'll collect the ether cylinders at once, Colonel. I know it's pronounced Colonel, but yeah. It's like, oh my god, dude. Oh my god. But yeah, I think you basically get the gist of how this is all gonna play out at this point. You get the gist. I'm just gonna basically just try to collect all the quests as soon as I, whatever quests I can do that. like this challenge quest right there. Basically, challenge quests are for taking on basically mini bosses, which they're called unique monsters. And yeah, we'll be getting into that as we go along, of course. Anyway, I said I was going to take care of all the gathering up of all the quests, not like anything else. And there's monster quest number 1. There it is. You can just basically mash through these at this point. The game will basically tell you what you need to do anyway. Again, it's very, very important for you to gather up as many of these generic quests as possible because, again, you can even do some of these without even trying. So, there you go. So, unless you're actively trying to hunt for, like, monsters or materials and whatever else you need, you know, this is going to be a very, very simple thing. It's going to be a very, very simple process of just completing as many quests as you possibly can. Where is, oh yeah, it's over here. It's over here. Oh yeah, and, this is definitely not, like, a fun factoid, because this is just a really, really, really big factoid. But all of this area I'm exploring, by the way, this is all the first area. Like, all of this. All of this. It's the first area. Like, the biggest thing about Xenoblade, like, all of the Xenoblade games, is that if you can see it, 99% of the time, you'll be able to go to it. So long as it's on land, though. You can't actually climb cliffs, which is, you know, that's fine. That's fine, but it's whatever. It's a case of whatever the case. Yeah, it's a case of whatever the case. What am I even saying anymore? Yeah. So if you can go over to that little beach over there in the distance, you can. If you can go to that shore over there, you can go to there. Absolutely nothing. And I repeat, absolutely nothing. Nothing is stopping you from exploring everywhere. And again, the game heavily encourages you to explore. And I really, really, really appreciate that about this game. It's just so good. Like, you see me, you hear me gushing. You hear me absolutely gushing about this game. And we're only on like part 1 of seemingly an over 100 part journey. Like, Jesus. Me run out of materials for research, but me too busy to get more. Oh, small shells. We already have like one of those. Yeah, see, again, you can even do, like, quests without even trying. It's crazy. It's, like, absolutely, utterly mental that, like, that this game even came out in 2012. And it's a JRPG, no less. And I should repeat that. JRPG. Because, obviously, open-world sandbox games have existed before, like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, which is a game I really, really love. And I'm pretty sure everyone else does, is a game that pretty much pioneered the fact that nothing stops you from exploring the open world. And I believe this is just carried over to Xenoblade in a way. So, yeah, it's honestly, like, really incredible that this game even exists at all in this particular state. Just, oh my god, it's so good. It's so good, dude. It's so good, you guys. Anyway, I believe I've gotten every quest that I could, at least in the generic variety. And I do believe we completed some along the way, according to the quest log. You can sort quests by completed, current, or by an area, by the way. We've done 4 so far, so that's good. That's very, very good. But according to the story memo so far, we have a weapon development lab to go to, and this is it. So let's check in on this lab and see how it's doing.
All right, Shulk. How are you?
Dixon! When did you get back to Colony 9?
Just now. I see you've been busy. Looks like your Monado research has been going well. I made the right choice leaving you in charge.
Your research notes really helped.
So, you can activate it now then.
Well, anyone can activate it. The problem is controlling it.
Yeah, for everyone except him.
Yes. If anyone other than Dunban were able to control the Monado, we could surpass any military force in the world.
You think so? What are these hidden functions you mention?
It's still only conjecture, but it's starting to look like the Monado might be something far more significant than just a weapon for defeating Mechon.
I see. And the evidence to support your theory?
It's the symbol that appears in the center when it's activated. What I know is, the central piece is made from multi-layered glass. The symbol appears on the top layer, and each layer is constructed differently.
So it's possible that other symbols could appear on different layers.
Which means?
The Monado might conceal even more power. Am I right?
If we could just unlock the Monado's power.
Dunban! Dunban!
Prioritize the most severely injured! Come on, get a move on!
Dunban!
Don't look like that. I haven't gone yet. Shulk. It was the Monado. It was controlling me. Even so, it saved us. Saved our future. Next, it will be up to you.
Dunban.
Well, I better get the supplies delivered to the Defense Force. I'll drop round the HQ and see how they're getting on.
Okay then. I'll see you later.
Shulk, you're spending too much time in the lab. Either that or rummaging for junk in the scrapyard. It ain't healthy for a kid your age. That's why you're always looking so pasty. You should get out, get some fresh air once in a while. All right, I'm off.
Dunban, are you awake yet?
Is it time to eat already? You didn't have to bring it yourself. You could have just called me.
Don't be silly. Do you want me to feed you?
Don't treat me like an invalid. I'm better than I was a year ago.
Much better. I really thought I lost you back then.
Yes, But now I'm almost well enough to handle the Monado again.
Dunban, don't say that. The Meccan have gone now. Oh, why would you say that?
I just mean I'm prepared. Sorry.
Okay. More importantly, eat up before it gets cold. I made something really special today.
Don't feel like you need to stay here then, Fiora. Go and make your next delivery.
Huh?
Well, I'm sure you'd like Shulk to try some while it's still hot.
That's okay. Shulk has no sense of taste. He'll say it's delicious even if it's stone cold.
In which case, today he would actually mean it.
Maybe.
I'm fine, Fiora. Off you go.
Okay. Dunban, thanks.
I'm not finished yet. I have to be prepared to use the Monado again.